Matters.
Okay.
First, I have a motion to withdraw for Kaylin Jackson.
Where is Kalen Jackson?
He's here today in court.
Okay, it's 150 days old. I mean,
Okay.
we're ready to set these things for trial now.
Well, he disappeared on me for a couple months. I talked to him. I mean, he lost his job, so he's unable to pay, but I did explain the offer that he has, which is a PTI offer, so I do think he can get his case wrapped up without me.
Well, he can't do it on his own, I mean, he can't. Kalen Jackson, come up. What do you do with yourself these days?
Right now, I'm working with my brand business to talk and DWI.
So you are working.
Yes, I'm currently.
Okay.
I just got here.
Your lawyer seems to be really upset with you. She wants to get off the case.
Sure.
It's time for you to work with your lawyer to work out a resolution. Do you work for free?
No,
Do you think she does?
no.
It's time to work things. I mean, this case is 150 days old. You got to come a lot earlier. I get it that they go MIA, but you have also duty, have them come in, periodically so that you guys can get on the same page and I'm setting your case off for a week. You guys need to get together to make things work out. Do you understand? Okay. So there is an offer that has been made in this case. I'm going to let them relay it to you at the right time. It's a really good offer, but you guys need to be on. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, take a seat for me, sir. So let's set it off a week. I'm going to have he's going to have to come back. Let's see if things have worked out for you.
At that point, we could just do a regular reset.
No. But let's see if things can work out for you. If not, then we'll talk again.
Okay.
Okay? No. But let's turn it. Don't worry about it. But let's see if things work out, and then come back in a week and we'll see. Let me know if you guys are happy or not.
And then I'll also have Mr. Salazar. I received a bond violation report from him yesterday for failing to
Come up, Mr. Salazar.
January 8th.
We have court orders for a reason. And when you don't follow court orders, we have to take drastic measures. And that usually means putting you in jail. You were called upon to take a test and you failed to go. If it ever happens again, I'm going to revoke your bond and put you in jail. Do you understand me? As it stands, I'm sending you for a drug and alcohol test now. So we will give you a normal reset unless it's something dirty. Then I'm going to bring him back and we'll take different measures. But you ever get called upon to test and you fail to go, it's not going to go well for you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Take a seat for me, sir. Ms. Ferryman, you are charged with the offense of interference with the duties of a public servant. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Yes, Judge. Officers were dispatched to a family disturbance and the caller, the defendant's mother, stated that her daughter was walking around with a hammer and identified her daughter by name and as wearing a Barbie sweatshirt. In transit to the scene, the officers observed the defendant's prior mugshot and arrived and observed the defendant recognized by description in that mugshot. The defendant walked towards the officer and the officers told her to stop, but she ignored them. She had her arms tucked into her sweatshirt, so they were not visible to the officers. The defendant attempted to walk past the officer and the officer grabbed her arm and she then laid on the ground and tucked her hands under her abdomen and the officer struggled to get her arms out from under her. The defendant stated the defendant had a hammer in her left hand and would not let go. The officers then took her into custody.
What's she doing wrong? Was she walking while black? I mean, really, you tell me all she has is a hammer? She's walking around with a hammer. So I hammer stuff all the time.
Right, just what we have is there was a description of her with the hammer and she walked towards the officer and the officer just told her to stop.
I mean,
so
there's
they could-
nothing. She's not doing anything. No one says that she's doing anything menacing with the hammer. She's walking with a hammer. I hang stuff on my house all the time.
Furthermore, Your Honor, there is more in the DIMS that in the complete DIMS, it says the complainant's defendant's mother identified her and said that the defendant's brother had taken a blue speaker, which upset the defendant, went outside and kicked some trash cans over and pacing around a neighbor's vehicle holding a hammer. The complainant advised she was afraid of the defendant. So, yes, Judge.
Ma'am, I'm with you. Don't worry about it. I'm going to find no probable cause. Just hang tight with me for a second, okay?
Good, Judge.
Please. Just, take a seat for me. Hang tight, please. Okay, Mr. Amison, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. And Mr. Green, you're also charged with driving while intoxicated. and interference with the emergency request for assistance. I'm assuming that one's going to get dismissed?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And then for Mr. Anderson, his unlawful carrying will be dismissed as well.
What about the weapon? What are we doing with the weapon? Is it being forfeited? Okay. Guys, both of you are charged with multiple cases. It looks like you've worked out an agreement, whether you're pleading guilty to the DWIs, your other cases will go away. You need to understand that these cases will go on your record. They're going to be there for the rest of your life, even there after you die. This is important because when you get pulled over in the future, the first thing an officer does is they look at your record. If they see a prior DWI, they roll up to your window, they smell alcohol or dope, it's probably not going to go well for you. Do you understand? What we're doing today probably will never happen again, because from now on, well, I know you're telling me that, but you are now facing a minimum of 30 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You give up a lot of rights by entering into these agreements. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You guys give up the right to appeal. So once you plead guilty, there's no turning back. You can never change this. It will go on your record. It will be there forever. You still want to do this, Mr. Green?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the offense, guilty or not guilty?
Yes.
Mr. Amison, I'm going to find you both guilty. Sentence you to 15 days in jail, credit for 5. Mr. Amison, I'm going to send you 3 days in jail, credit for the 1 day that you've done. I'm going to suspend both of your licenses for 90 days. Do not drive until you get a license. There is also a $3,000 surcharge that usually attaches to these types of cases. We all make mistakes, but the idea is that you don't continue to make mistakes where you endanger other people's lives. A second DWI, you're looking at a $6,000 surcharge, not to mention court costs. So get ready. You pick up another DWI, it's going to cost you big. Do you understand? Take an Uber, 1 click, $40 wherever you want to go. Good luck, gentlemen.
But I was actually, guys, are we able to waive the fees?
Well, that's what I was telling them. I'm going to waive it now because it's a first time. But if you continue to be boneheaded and pick up another DWI, it's going to be about $6,500 you're going to be walking out here. Do you understand? All right, guys, good luck.
One last thing, also the suspension, are we able to run it concurrent with their current suspension?
I don't know. Let me look, see how they've been on bond. If they've been good on bond, then we'll talk. But if they've been, I don't want to continue to reward.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So let's talk. Let me then down the line.
I
and
have
then we'll
one
talk.
last one.
Okay, take a seat for me, guys.
Gonzalez, just approaching for research. It is a little old, but she is going to do this. Yeah, I will have everything submitted, by.
Which Gonzalez? Chris, okay, it's 193 days old. Is she, obviously there's an accident and it's above a 0.15. What is it, Alex?
So yes, it looks like we have no mitigation packet yet for this because of
I'm
the
setting it 2 weeks. She's got to be here with packet in hand. If she doesn't have it done, then that's
It
it.
will be done before then.
Okay.
Thank you.
You got, Ms. Matthews, you're charged with failure to stop and give information, which is leaving the scene of an accident without exchanging information. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, man.
Yes, Judge. On November 5th, 2024, officers arrived to the scene of an accident and met with the complainant who had been in a wreck with the defendant. The complainant stated the defendant had made an unsafe lane change and struck her vehicle, damaging both vehicles. The defendant then exited her vehicle and began swearing at the complainant before stating she will take care of her own damages and leaving the scene, refusing to give the complainant any information. The complainant took pictures of the defendant's vehicle and license plate. At a later date, the officers were able to identify the person associated with the license plate, and the complainant was able to positively ID the defendant based on the photo the officer showed her associated with the license plate number.
So she took off.
She took off, and then they found based on license plate.
And I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Have you run her license, Alex? Do you mind?
I ran her. Let me just pull it up.
Ma'am, I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to drive unless you have a valid Texas driver license and liability insurance in your name. Do you understand?
It's eligible, Your Honor.
If you're caught driving a vehicle that doesn't have insurance, or you don't have insurance in your name, I'm going to revoke your bond. I'm going to put you in jail. Do you understand? Yes or no?
Yes.
Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, or would you like a court-appointed lawyer, ma'am?
Okay, quarter 21.
Okay. Can you file those conditions, Alex, please?
Which conditions, Your Honor?
Just no driving without a valid license and liability insurance,
Yes,
please.
Judge.
Okay, I need you to fill an application for me. So what I'm going to do is Deputy Miranda is going to give you an application. I'm going to have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. After that, I'll have you take a seat in the jury box. Do not leave until you sign our bond conditions. All right? Do not leave until you sign our bond conditions. We'll have you come up here momentarily, please. Mr. Halbert, your case is 1,122 days old. You will get a GPS monitor today, so I know where you are at all times. And if you take off on me again, it's really not going to go well for you. Do you understand? I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond, not, you were charged with assault. As a condition of your bond, you're ordered not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case and not to be in possession of weapons. Do you understand? So how long is it going to take you to get all the evidence? Because I'm ready to set this thing for trial, Alex.
So I'm looking, it looks like we requested the photographs on the 18th of January of 2022. So we'll have to send an escalation request and we can get in touch with the officers and the complainant and see when we get those
Hey,
photos.
I'm not doing long resets. I'm doing short resets.
Yes, Judge.
You get on it,
Yes,
get your photos.
Yes, Judge.
Can you also put an offer in there? Is there an offer now?
Yes, there is, Judge.
Yes, Judge. There's
Okay.
a time serve offer and
No, there's not a time.
no,
served
there's a
offer.
180-day offer. I apologize.
The offer is 180 days in jail. I'm giving you 2 weeks to decide what you guys want to do. Get the photographs as soon as possible, please. Send it to an investigator today if you need to, Alex.
Yes, Judge.
In 2 weeks. At that time, when you come back, you need to be prepared to accept either the offer from the state or I'm going to set your case for trial. Do you understand? Okay, see you then.
Thanks, Judge.
I'm here on Francisco.
Okay. Is mom here today?
Mom could not make it today, Your Honor. I've spoken with my client, Your Honor, about the second violation, and he was,
It's not a second violation. This is third or fourth. You know, his first was like he picked up the new case. Right. Come up. You are obviously not taking this seriously. You continue to break your curfew. Tell me.
So my client graduated from high school. While he was in school, he was working on the weekends at a tire shop. But since we have a PTI officer, restitution and community service, he wasn't making at the tire shop. So now he's working with his mom and her cleaning business. She cleans residential and commercial properties. And he's also working with his mom's boyfriend doing construction. And so last week, Thursday, they were out cleaning and he got in 20 minutes after the curfew.
How do I know that he's actually working? I mean, am I supposed to take his word for it?
Well, Your Honor, like I say, Mom couldn't make it today, but she does have a cleaning business, and that's why he was late last week, Thursday. He will have his community service completed tomorrow, and he says he will have money for the restitution by Friday.
He, on the 18th, he got home nearly 11 o'clock at night.
That was right, and that's why Mom was here yesterday. That day was the quinceañera. He had ordered, my client had ordered an Uber driver. He sent me a screenshot of the Uber canceling his ride at 8:40 so that he would be home on time.
Show me.
Okay.
Show me.
I will, I give.
What is the offer in this case, Alex?
Let me see, Your Honor. For this case, it is $1,000 restitution plus 30 hours community service, and we'll dismiss.
How much of the community service is done?
24 hours. He says he'll have the rest of it finished tomorrow.
Okay,
And he says he'll have the money by Friday.
okay. Let's do this. I'll set it for Monday. Then if you are ever late again, I'm going to put you in jail. Do you understand? I don't care what you're doing. You're not supposed to be at a party anyways. You're supposed to be behaving yourself. You're supposed to get home at a certain time. You're not to pick up any new cases. You're not supposed to use any kind of drugs or alcohol. Do you understand? The next time you're late, I don't care what your excuse is. you will stay with me. Your bonds are at 10,000 now. They're going to double, if not triple next time. Do you understand me? Okay, we'll see you Monday. Thank you. Thanks for coming. Mom and dad,
Yes. Yes, sir.
how's it going?
Better, a lot better.
Is he behaving himself?
Yes, sir.
Great. That's what we want. We want you to strive. I don't want you to become just another statistic. I want you to become the best person that you can be. And it starts right here. Knowledge is power. When you have knowledge and when you know things, you go real far in life. If you want money, it always starts right here. It doesn't start right here. It's right here as well. If you have the heart, you have the knowledge, you can do anything in this life. It's already hard enough being a young Black man in society as it is now, today. Don't make it any harder. With you picking up these criminal cases, that's all you do. You make life even more difficult than it is. Do you understand? Get an education. Don't pick up any new cases and don't smoke any weed. Do you understand? Okay. I'll weigh the appearance. Just make me proud. That's all I'm asking you to do. Okay. You guys have any issues, come back, talk to us, and we'll try to straighten anything out. Okay? All right, guys. Take care.
Yes.
Mr. Martin, you're charged with 2 cases. You're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're also charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. On the gun case, you were facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. I'm sorry, what? Did I just say good?
I think it's a class A.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm like reverse. On the DWI, you're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. And on the gun case, you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. Okay. On January 28, 2025, officers were dispatched to a wreck on Mesa Drive in North Texas. The defendant was sitting in the driver's seat when officers arrived and admitted to losing control of the vehicle and driving into a drainage ditch. The defendant stated he took some hydrocodone shortly before the crash, and the officer observed red bloodshot eyes, slurred speech, and unsteadiness on the defendant's feet. Standard field sobriety tests were performed. HGN, they found 6 out of 6, walk and turn, 5 out of 8, one leg stand, 2 out of 4. The defendant was read the DIC and the defendant consented to blood. The officer conducted a search and found in the vehicle a cooler with a beer in the back seat, a small bag of prescription pills prescribed to the defendant, hydrocodone, and a loaded Ruger SP-101 under the driver's seat within reach of the defendant.
Judge, I would just submit to the court, he's a retired veteran. It's my understanding he has a prescription for the hydrocodone for back issues.
Mr. Martin, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using, then I'm going to put you in jail. No more PR bonds. You need to understand that even if you have a prescription for controlled substances, if you take too much, you become intoxicated. If you're in a car, it's a recipe for disaster. Just don't. Do you understand? Any prior DWIs?
No, Your Honor, and license is eligible.
Okay, you need to be very careful. Don't take it if you're going to go drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If I find that you pick up a new case, if you use it irresponsibly, I only have one place for you. I'm going to do everything in my power to protect my community. Do you understand, Mr. Martin? Now, you have a lawyer. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance, but it is your responsibility to stand with Mr. Johnson. He'll tell you when you have to come back to court. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you, you become a danger to my community, you pick up a new DWI, I'm gonna put you in jail. That's all I have. Do you understand? Okay. So for now, I'll have you go to Victoria. We're gonna have you sign a reset. After that, I'll get you to Felicia for your bond conditions, and after that, you're free to go. All right.
Judge, if I may just real briefly, got Arredondo on the docket.
Okay, that way, sir. Please.
Hello, sir. How are you?
So, Ms. McCoy, let's talk about something funny.
Okay.
Actually, it's not very funny, but it's actually quite sad. Your lawyer came to me, was it yesterday or was it the day before, asking for a PR bond?
Monday.
Asking me to give you a PR bond. Do you think that was a good idea to give you a PR bond?
Are we looking at the history? Okay,
You've never, ever once appeared on your own here when we give you a PR bond. Every case that we have with you sits at around 10,004, 10,005, because you never appear. When you come to court, good things happen. Do you understand? If you ever need help, if you need a place to sleep, if you need food to eat, if you need a cell phone or tablet, anything you need, all you have to do is come and ask, and we will bend over backwards to help you in any way that we can. But when you continually fail to appear, you become a flight risk, and we just can't trust you. So he came to me asking for this PR bond. I laughed because I know if I give you one, like little wings on a bird, bye, you just don't come. Next time, if you pick up a case, come and we'll help you with whatever you need. I don't care what it is, anything you want, I'll give you. You want treatment, you want help, anything. You now stand charged with criminal trespass. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement where they're offering you 30 days in jail with credit for the 12 days that you've done. You're giving up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement, Ms. McCoy. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. You know, you've spent the better part of the last 4 years in and out of custody for one thing or the other. Before you know it, 20 years will have passed and you will end up in such a bad place. You're going to look like the things on the street that you'd never think that you would be if you continue at the rate that you are. You need a change before you really do some damage that you can't crawl out of. How do you plead to the criminal trespass? Guilty or not guilty? It's all right. You know what we're doing, right?
Do you want me to talk to her for a moment? I don't.
No.
Okay.
I mean, your plea, do you know what we're doing? We're doing a plea for guilty, right?
Mm.
Is this what you want to do?
yes, sir.
All right. All right, ma'am, I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to follow the agreement. Come back next time. All right, good luck. Thanks. Was it 13 days credit?
12.
12.
I didn't. Mr. Proctor,
Okay,
he's not here.
okay.
He's a bond. He has a surety bond. I called his bond company. I called his dad. I called him. Can we roll it till tomorrow?
Sure.
Okay.
It's FBF tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
No show tomorrow.
I got you. Thanks.
Oh.
I'm Miss Lovey.
Okay.
So I wanted to address the BDR.
Where is Miss Levy?
It's right there.
Come up, ma'am. So here's, Shreya, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to send her for a drug and alcohol test now.
We already did. She came back negative, Judge.
Oh, great. Good job. But if you miss again, it's not going to go well.
So
It is your responsibility to let Shreya know if you're going out of town, if you have some other obligation, because we can always work something out. But I'm not going to continue to do this. If you miss again, it's just not going to go well for you.
So Judge, that's what we want to talk about. So when I was first appointed to her, Ms. Lovey talked to me about her work schedule. And I said, look, let's just wait and see what happens with the UAs. If you get called in for a UA, but you have work, I don't want you to lose your job. I told her that.
Yes.
So
They give you a sufficient amount of time to
that
come.
same day.
Yeah, the 6 hours.
Yes. So she's a behavioral technician at Action Behavior Center.
Yes.
Yeah. She cannot take off work.
They penalized me.
So, and do you want to talk to the judge about that?
Yes. I bought some printouts as well on my work's attendance policy. So we have like a 2 weeks ahead of time type thing. They'll let me off. I had to beg and say it was like a life emergency just to get Thursday. I also have asked before because I remember the original court date was for Tuesday, the 18th, I believe. And 2 weeks ahead of time, that court date, I wasn't scheduled to appear. And I said, since I missed that UA, would it help for me to appear in court that day, even though I'm not required to come, to show that I'm okay with appearing to test? Testing is not something I'm trying to avoid or anything, but if I can put, time and effort into make my appearances, be here, and also keep my job security, is there a way that we can balance those two things? Because I have no problem showing up and testing or anything like that. I also live in Humble, Texas. So traffic times, I get off work anywhere between 4:30 and 5:30 every day. And I did bring some printouts just in case that's needed of our policies and everything.
I'm not going to take off the fact that you're not supposed to use alcohol or drugs.
Absolutely. But is there a way we can schedule her testing? Even if you want her
And
to,
that defeats the whole purpose of it being random.
I know.
Because that's how we catch people. If you know when the test is going to be, it defeats the purpose of it being random. So why do we do this? Why don't we just work something? If you get called on again, call Shreya, and then Shreya can come to me, and then we can work something out somehow.
Okay, and every single time I will need your work schedule.
Yes, and I have printouts
So
from the
just
missed date as
send
well.
called on, let Shreya know.
Mhm.
Shreya can come to me, and we can try to work something.
Okay.
Okay? Because I don't know, you may not get called again. I don't know. You probably will because you missed now, right? But just if and when they do call you, let Shreya know and we'll try to work something out. Okay? Okay. Good luck. Yes, ma'am.
And then we'll just get a reset on this.
Just get a reset and your appearances, no reason for you to come. Unless, of course, there's a.
So, and I say that, but your appearance was waived, but then when you have the UA, because you can't go to court, then you're gonna have to show.
Okay, yeah. Mhm.
Okay. Good luck.
Thank you.
Have a seat.
Good morning, Mr. Rivas. Good morning. Sir, you're charged with interference with the duties of a public servant. You're also charged with possession of marijuana ×2, right?
Yes, that's correct, Judge.
So I guess both of the weed cases are being dismissed in exchange for this.
Yes.
You need to understand, Mr. Rivas, that this case is going to go on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life. From now on, you are facing a minimum of 30 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, like I said, it's going on your record. It'll be there forever. This is what you want to do.
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the offense? I'm going to find you guilty. I'll send you to it. I'll run your court costs so you won't owe anything. Good luck to you, sir.
Thanks, Judge. Have a good day. Step over here.
Yes, Judge. And he's going to come in and sign the conditions tomorrow. I just wanted to talk to you about it beforehand so I could tell him what they're going to be.
Oh, okay. What's your cost? So
It is,
you're just not going to be here tomorrow?
yes, sir. I'm going
Just do
to be,
PC tomorrow?
I'm going to be in Galveston and yeah, we'll waive PC.
Know that you can always Zoom.
I know, but it's always hard to do that.
Okay, not a problem. What's your cost?
255-5734.
On Garcia.
Yes, sir.
Got it.
And it's a .1213 breath test. He hit a police car that was blocking an accident scene as he pulled up. It was, no one was in the car. It was blocking the scene. That's the situation.
You want to read it real quick? Oh, we're still going to do it tomorrow.
Oh, we're still doing tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah, we're just kind of like informal PC.
Thank you.
No, never.
I have
Yeah.
to be just, one affidavit, but yeah, we're ready.
I can come after this.
Yeah, no problem. When
Okay.
we're ready.
Yeah, I'll be right there. Okay. You ready?
Oh, which one?
Uh,
Oh, yes.
yeah, go for it.
All right, got it.
So on March 15th, 2025, an officer was working a crash scene in Pasadena, Harris County, Texas. At approximately 1:15 a.m., the officer heard tires squeal and a vehicle collision a short distance away. The officer observed a vehicle had collided with a fully marked police vehicle with emergency lights activated. The officer observed the defendant to be the driver and sole occupant, and he appeared confused and had glossy eyes. The defendant exited the vehicle, and the officer observed red glossy eyes, slurred speech, uncoordinated and lethargic movement, and the odor of alcohol in person. The defendant admitted to drinking 2 beers. SFSTs were conducted 6 out of 6 on the HGN, 3 out of 8 on the walk and turn, 2 out of 4 on the one-leg stand. The DIC was read and the defendant consented to the breath specimen, results 0.134 and 0.123.
Any prior DWIs?
No, Judge. Well, sorry.
There's someone else's criminal history. There's no DWIs on it, but there's someone else, clearly someone else's criminal history attached to his out of California.
So that's incorrect. That's not his criminal history. is what
No,
you're
there's
saying?
no way it can,
Okay.
there's like, I can show it to you. It's about every other crime other than DWI is listed from 2017 all the way to now. He's never lived in California. His name is Cesar Garcia.
Yeah, there's got to be a quintillion Cesar Garcias. But does it match up with the FBI number? I mean, because they always have an FBI number, you know?
I can show you the history if you want to see it, Judge, so you can see it's literally, like, he wouldn't be here. There's ag robberies, ag assaults, robberies, all of
I don't know. Do you see any prior DWIs?
No prior DWIs on the California history.
So, I mean, I guess do this, if there's no prior DWIs, I'm not going to put an interlock on it, right? I'm going to order him no drugs, no alcohol,
Yes, sir.
randoms, that's it. But look to see if it's him or not.
Right, absolutely. I've seen this happen before.
And of course we have to.
Yeah, so
It happens.
we'll look into it.
So yeah.
Because of his age, it just didn't add up.
Oh, is he young?
He's 26 and his history goes back to 27.
I've seen people here 19 with the laundry. So yeah, you're good. So just pick a date and then we'll do PC again with him. Just no drugs, no alcohol, and randoms. That's it.
Thank you, Judge.
For sure. Did you need something, counsel? Oh, he's coming. We're waiting for him to come back.
Yeah, for the result.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna.
Thank you.
So, you were Alan Villasana. Sir? Mr. Villasana, you were charged with 2 cases. You were charged with theft. You were also charged with racing on a highway. On both of those cases, you were facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
The theft or the racing, which
Yeah,
was
start on the theft because
theft.
earlier one, yeah.
On January 1st, 2025, officers were dispatched to a shoplifter call at a Target in Harris County, Texas. The complainant, the loss prevention employee, called the officer regarding a theft in progress at the location and observed a Hispanic male wearing a tan hoodie and black shorts making a selection and removed the security tape from a JBL speaker box and placed other products inside a shopping cart. The complainant proceeded to keep the surveillance on the male and observed the defendant proceed to exit past all points of sale without any intent to pay the items. The officer reviewed the surveillance and observed the complainant make contact with the defendant at the front entrance and attempted to retrieve the stolen items, and the defendant proceeded to leave the Target and enter a black Chevrolet Spark. With the assistance of a license plate reader and TLO, the officer determined the motor vehicle to be driven by the defendant and obtained a Texas driver's license, which the officer believed completely matched the Hispanic male captured on the surveillance footage. The total taken was $499.03.
Okay. On the racing, please.
Yes, Your Honor. On March 15th, 2025, the officers observed a black Toyota Camry and a silver Chrysler sedan traveling at a high rate of speed on the main lanes of the Katy Freeway. Officers attempted to catch up to the motor vehicles traveling 120 miles per hour to keep the motor vehicles in sight, but both motor vehicles were still outgaining speed. The posted speed limit was 65 miles per hour. Both the defendant and the silver Chrysler were racing in competition side by side at points, with both motor vehicles accelerating at a high rate of speed, attempting to outdistance and outgain each other. While the defendant and the Chrysler were racing, they were making evasive lane changes and failing to signal lane change, cutting off multiple motor vehicles to get around traffic, causing victims with their motor vehicles to take evasive actions to avoid collisions. The defendant's motor vehicle at one point drove on the right shoulder to pass vehicles in the right lane and was in front of the silver Chrysler. A traffic stop was
So
initiated.
driving on the shoulder
Yes,
to
on the
get,
shoulder. A traffic stop was initiated and the officer made contact with the defendant, who was the driver. The defendant admitted that he was racing with the other vehicle and that this was not his first time racing, but his first time arrested, and that he would have ran from the officers if he had more gas in the motor vehicle.
Mr. Villasana, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward on both of your cases. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using, I will revoke the bond on both of your cases and I'm going to put you in jail. I'm also ordering you now not to drive. You will be signing an affidavit with me today promising me you're not going to drive. Do you understand?
How long?
While this case is open, and if I find that you do, likewise, it's not going to go well for you. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Can you print me out more affidavits, please? You're not to go to any target whatsoever as well. If I find that you pick up a third case, it's really not going to go well for you. Do you understand? I'm going to do everything in my power to protect my city at all costs. And if that means putting you in jail and making your bonds high, I'll do it in a heartbeat. Do you understand? Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, or would you like to apply for a court-appointed lawyer?
I didn't have a job right now, so I can't.
Okay. Deputy Miranda's going to give you an application. I'll have you fill it out and I'll take a look at it with you. Hey, I'm not done talking to you. I'll have you take a look at I'll have you fill it out. I'll take a look at it. I'm going to have you sign a receipt with Victoria. I'm going to have you come back because I'm going to have you sign an affidavit with me today promising me you're not going to drive. And then you'll get with Felicia for your bond conditions.
I won't be able to come back. I don't have a right.
Figure it out. I'll get you a lawyer and we'll start talking. But I don't want any more problems. Do you understand?
No, I haven't been in problems like 5 years. This is the first time I had a case since 5.
Don't. Please. Good morning, Mr. Alipio.
Yes.
Sir, you were charged with driving while intoxicated, second offense. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you.
On March 13th, 2025, an officer observed a blue Ford F-250 driving at a high rate of speed. The officer paced the Ford driving 79 miles per hour in a 60-mile-per-hour zone. The officer observed the vehicle to fail to maintain a single lane, driving over a solid dash line, and driving between two lanes with other motor vehicles in the area when the vehicle failed to maintain the single lane. A traffic stop was initiated. The officer made contact with the defendant, the driver and sole occupant of the vehicle. The officer observed the defendant to have slurred speech. The defendant stated he drank one alcoholic drink prior to the traffic stop. The officer observed the defendant to be staggering while walking, using the motor vehicle for support, and the defendant to have the mild odor of alcohol upon his breath. The defendant appeared confused, and the officer had to repeat himself multiple times. SFSTs were conducted. 6 out of 6 clues were observed on the HGN. 2 out of 8 clues observed on the walk and turn. 3 out of 4 clues observed on the one-leg stand. The defendant stated he drank 2 to 3 alcoholic drinks prior to the traffic stop. The defendant was arrested. An inventory search was conducted of the defendant's vehicle, and the officer observed a warm to the touch white cup in the center console.
Alcohol while driving?
3 to 3/4 full while with the smell of an alcoholic beverage. The defendant was read the DIC and refused the breath test. A blood search warrant was signed and executed.
Mr. Alipio, I would hope and that you would recognize it's elementary that you're not to have alcohol in the car while you are driving. I'm going to find that there is sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, I will put you in jail. I am now also taking away your privilege to drive. You are not allowed to drive. If I find that you do, because I will have you sign an affidavit, a promise with me that you're not going to drive. I don't give a rat's behind what your excuse is. If I find that you drive, likewise, you will go to jail. I do not know what your immigration status is, but if you were not in this country with permission and you go to jail and immigration finds you, they will put an immigration detainer on you and you will be stuck like Chuck in custody until this case is over with, and then you get shipped off to immigration. Do you understand?
Yes.
I am sending notice to DPS that there is now a restriction on you that you are not to drive any vehicle that doesn't have an ignition interlock on it. If you were caught driving a vehicle and it does not have an ignition interlock, every officer in the state will know to arrest you and put you in jail. Do you understand?
Yes.
Your Honor, just to clarify, so he can drive so long as he has a guardian ad litem?
No, I'm taking away, he's not allowed to drive at all.
Would you consider reinstating his ability to drive because owns his own business?
I'm not ready yet. All I know is that he's got alcohol allegedly in the car while he's driving, and it's a second offense. Look at me, Mr. Alipio. Do not drive. Do you understand?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Because of this restriction, you will now be required to obtain a portable device that you're going to take with you everywhere you go to prove to me that you are not consuming alcohol. I don't know if you have a problem with drugs or alcohol. If you do, now is the time for you to address it. Because if I see it becomes a problem, I'm going to address it for you. And I promise you're not going to like the way that I do it. Do you understand? Yes.
Yes.
Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance. That means that you don't have to waste your time coming to court. But it is your responsibility to stay in touch with Lee. If she tells me that she can't get a hold of you because you're ducking and dodging phone calls, you're playing games, you're not responding to her, likewise, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to do everything in my power to protect my street at all costs. And I have no qualms about putting you in custody. If you don't believe me, ask Lee. She knows. For now, I will have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. After that, you'll get to Victoria where we will have you sign a reset. After that, you'll get with Felicia for your bond conditions. And after that, you'll be free to go. It's not forever, but I want to know that you truly appreciates and not just, oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, Your Honor, his prior DWI was in 2003. So he had not had alcohol in a long time.
How do we know? How many times has he not been caught that we just don't know?
No.
I don't know, but all I know is he's got alcohol in the car. He has a prior DWI, so he's already on notice of what you can and can't do. I have a problem. So
Yes, Your Honor.
just proactivity goes a long way.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you, Michelle.